It's the Pod in the City weekly roundup. I'm John.
And I'm Amanda. By this time next week, we both will have seen Wicked. Will we be feeling extra witchy or extra bitchy?
Jojo Siwa has decided to assault our ears once again with her new song, Iced Coffee. Will it have you grinding your bean?
Gross. And SNL outdoes itself this week by killing the Domingo joke quicker than any recurring bit in history. All that and so much more on this week's episode of the Pod in the City weekly roundup.
Hello?
Hi. Great.
Well, I'm desperately hoping that we don't have a repeat of last week, because you know what? Cox Communications can really go suck a big one. That's just what I'm gonna say. Thanks, babe. I'm agitated now.
You're fine. It's okay. It's a little lag, but it's okay. We already know it's StreamYard. No, now you're good. Now you're good. While I was reading my thing, I was like, I should probably look over everything to see in case I have to go live all by myself again. If I know everything. The only thing I don't think I could talk about is Jojo Siwa. So that'll be all you.
Oh,
if you happen to leave, I'll save that for when you come back. But
hello,
everyone.
Hi guys. It has been a week. We are in recovery from last week because y'all know how that all went. So I just want to say I'm glad that you guys are here. I'm glad that you've stuck with us. You have not quit yet.
No, they're in it. They're in it for the long haul.
We love you.
What do we got? Okay. Look, we're flustered because there's so much happening this week. We're seeing Wicked tomorrow. Both of us. We're seeing Wicked.
I don't know if I'm seeing it tomorrow, but I am seeing it.
Well, I think you should see it tomorrow. We already have tickets for 2:30, and I know there's a showing by you at 2:30. So I think it would be fun if we were all seeing.
Well, I'm gonna be actually at the dentist, so
yes.
I'm getting my thing completed tomorrow.
Okay. You put on our list dentist update, and
that was from last week.
Yeah, but I don't even remember you talking about a dentist.
Well, it's because the week previous I had to miss. Remember, we pre-recorded.
Oh, the day after the election, of course. Okay,
it worked out well in a way. So yeah, basically, that's it. I'm excited to see Wicked. Here's what I'll say. Check out our Patreon and just like that episode this week, because we go in about, I have some trepidations, but I am being, positive. I'm looking forward.
Yeah, I think it's going to be amazing. You know what actually, we're going to get into Wicked in a second. So let's hold the Wicked chatter. But really quickly, I'm going to give an update before we get into housekeeping. For anyone who is watching our live on Monday, Whiskey is back in my house, but they're not going to let my dad have her unless 4 different people meet her and decide they don't want her. It's too late for Dawn, and I'm going to end up feeling guilty about it for the rest of my life. So that's just what's going to happen. You don't even know the whole story.
It's his why.
I know, but I was in it put me in such a horrible, depressed mood yesterday. So both of our episodes on Patreon that just dropped today that were recorded last night, I'm in a sunken place. But all that aside, you saw Come From Away.
Oh yeah, I should have put my picture in there. I saw Come From Away. At
you
Mesa
must have liked
Center.
it because you posted on your own personal Instagram and Facebook page.
Here's the thing, babe, just letting you know, that is because I have them linked together and it's for business. I'll just be honest with you.
Okay. So the Come From Away is for business.
It's like building out my
right.
It's building out my, stuff like my business account. Though I loved it, and it also brings attention to Mesa. That's important. I'm proud to be a native Arizona Arizona, and I know a lot of people are like, I hate Arizona, or people aren't from
I
here.
love Arizona. I had some great times in Arizona.
Born and raised, love it. And I want to give a notion to people who believe that we are overrun with people because of our open borders. It ain't happening. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that.
It's pretty bad in Canada too. With anyway, well, we won't
Leaving
get
it
into all of those politics, but that's all of our kind of. But my favorite thing though is that you said that you told when you sat down, you told your company those two broken.
Oh, okay. So I went with my mom and her partner and a friend of like a family friend and one of my friends, whatever. We go, and Amanda had told me that in the background, like 2 of the trees are broken and they're supposed to like so subtly reference 9/11. And
yeah,
I was
but
like,
you didn't know that before,
hey.
and neither did I.
Well, I don't think I've only ever watched Come From Away one time, and it was
I've seen
the
it
TV one,
3
the one on
times
TV
live now, and 100 times on Apple TV.
And I personally don't have as much of a connection to 9/11 as Amanda does. So
well, you like lived in it. We were like literally like miles apart while it was happening.
Into 9/11. You are very much into
Me and Jody texted each other. We're getting Maui'd the other night. There's no way you'll get that reference, but immediately we both just knew, and she sent me like an emoji of a plane flying.
I know what it is.
What?
Is that Christine saying it about Robin when she's gonna get her wedding dress at the wedding dress store, and Christine's like, she's getting married or something like that?
No.
I swear that clip came up on my fucking
Well,
TikTok
you know who
this
says
week.
we're getting Maui'd in Sex and the City when Aiden and Carrie are in the shower together, and Aiden says, "Why don't we just go to Hawaii and get married, and we can say we're getting Maui'd?" And I almost said Jody. Carrie says, "Hey, did you just pun in the nude?" Remember that? Have you seen?
Yeah, guys, check out and just like that our episode this week, because it's the episode where Aiden comes back, and we talked all about all that, and that's a good little tie-in, eh?
Yeah.
So actually, oh crap, let me put those up. I forget what I'm doing here. Here's our and just like that episode.
This is housekeeping officially.
It's dropping on Friday.
Yeah.
Or if you're on our Patreon, $6 a month, you can listen to this early, and you get to listen to our episode this week all about the custody battle. And what did we talk about? Oh, we talked about like God. I got into
you talked about like the birth of Jesus for a long time. Oh, and it's actually on our list again today, so you guys will get to hear it.
You'll get to hear a tiny snippet. Anyway, check it out. It's $6 a month.
John was getting really choked up talking about it.
It's not boring. It sounds boring saying I'm talking about the birth of Jesus. It's not that, guys.
It's a Christmas movie.
We talk on there for 45 minutes, like just you're listening to 2 friends in the middle of a conversation. And then I'm forced to recap an episode at the end. And then I complain.
We recap Golden Girls. Yes.
I complain the whole time, asking people to please reach out and tell us
to not do recaps anymore. And I'm like, if you can make that work, it's fine. Can I reference the fact that I'm wearing a Defy Gravity? I
didn't notice that.
Fuck you. But my hair too.
Let me guess. I think your hair is.
I wore my hair in the style of Dorothy when they get to the Emerald City and they give them the makeovers. And then she goes from the braids to the half up, half down. She's a lady now. She's a woman now.
Jolly Good Town.
Yeah. John was the wizard in that, and he played it as a projected dead.
It was pre-recorded. It wasn't even live projected. Yeah. I had to. No, it was terrible. Because I had to memorize pages and pages of lines.
Oh no!
And like be recorded. Do it anyway. And I had to paint my face green and have a bald cap. Somewhere that footage exists on a VHS tape.
Oh God, not even. I don't even know what media that would be on. Thank God we got out of college without like social media being around.
Anyway, check out our other episodes. Oh, quick reminder: hit like, please, we beg of you, hit subscribe if somehow you're here and you aren't already subscribed. And you know what? Share this. Share it.
Yeah, share this.
Share it. I don't know. We're close. We're almost to 900 followers or subscribers, and then we're gonna have
then we'll have 1,000.
1,000. I can't talk.
And then we'll make money on ads. Just so much.
Raking it in, baby.
In
This live stream, once we get monetized, will make us 25 cents. Woo!
Hey, we're making now. Let's get into some.
You know what? Come January, I'm gonna need it. Okay.
I need it every day of my life.
The tariffs.
How do I handle my money? Let's get into some hot topics.
I mean, the hottest topics is our girl,
sure.
Jojo. She actually debuted and announced this new song at Brown University while she was being interviewed or being discussed. I would like to read you the lyrics. Okay, I've pulled them. French pressed up against my chest, wee wee. If you know what I mean and you know what I need, look the way you grind in my bean. Something about you turned me into a fiend. Got me feeling brand new. Got me going full steam. No cool, baby. I ain't spilling no tea.
Oh, man, I miss the days when I was that horny. Like, all of that sounds awful. Honestly, was that much different than like a Chapel Roan?
To be honest, I actually think it's probably one of her better songs. I don't know that you need to go to grinding my bean. Like,
it hurt.
Like, that's basically like, look at me rubbing my cock. Like, I mean, grinding my bean is pretty.
Also, I feel like you're gonna get like a yeast infection or like itchy.
People like that though. Like, let us know, guys, in the comments. You guys, no, not yeast infections.
One time I had a yeast infection and I bought the little like you have to put that like egg thing in. Have you ever seen the Monistat? It's like this little egg like this, and it fell and rolled onto the ground, and my dog ate it. And then I don't think I bought another one. I think I just let it feel on its own after that.
I wish I would have been more engaged at the beginning of that story. I was like half listening, trying to look for the picture, and then it got to, and then my dog.
Yeah.
Like a vaginal suppository.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, it's Wicked Watch. In case you can't tell, Wicked is coming out like, I think there's actually well, I tried to look and see if there were showings today.
I have a lot to discuss about this. My main concern is people whiskey don't do that.
Singing at the movies.
Is people singing at the movies.
Agreed.
And I feel like there's enough media out there of people like saying please don't fucking do that. But then I was getting nervous because I was seeing I saw a TikTok where a girl, I sent it to you and Justine, where a girl was like, I went to a screening and people sang the whole time. But then I woke up to Justine sent me this, which I first thought that this was at the theater we're going to, which doesn't make sense. Why would she go and take a picture of this? But it's that there, but then I saw
this too.
Right. But I hope that theaters do this. It is a like laminated piece of paper that's like a sign that says, to our guests seeing Wicked, we ask that you allow everyone to enjoy the cinema experience. Please refrain from singing during the show. A sing-along version will be screening on December 25th. Sounds like a nightmare.
I would never want to go to that because imagine all the girls there thinking that they're going to be at Glinda or Alphabet.
Yeah, like, because I love musicals, but like,
I don't want to go to a sing-along musical.
I'm trying to think of a musical I'd even want to sing along to. I don't want to. That's why I go to shows. I can sing in my car if I want to hear my own dumb voice singing stuff. Right?
I have mentioned that when I saw Six in London, Derek Huff was sitting behind me, the guy from Dancing with the Stars, and he definitely hated me and judged me. So anyway.
Why were you singing?
No, I was like just like bouncing along.
Enjoying
Like
it. Oh, then
I
who
was
cares?
like bouncing along, and after the thing, he's like, "Oh, you have a lot of rhythm or something, some fucking shit like that." And I was like,
What? So like
I didn't even know who the person was.
my
What?
plan is to say, although I feel like Justine will nip it in the bud before I
My
make
thing
it.
is, if someone like actually is singing in the fucking show, I have no problem standing up and being like, "Shut up,
like stop
like
singing.
stop."
No.
I think stop is enough. You look someone dead in the eye and say stop.
People have to know though
on.
that this isn't going to be shocking if someone's like, can you not sing? Also, Justine and me checked our seats, but like there's only a few other seats taken and a few of them are single seats. So this is like when I saw that Saturday Night movie, it was the same thing. It was just like single seats of people that you could tell loved comedy. So, and that was a great movie going experience. So I hope that Wicked's going to be like, if we're seeing it at 2:30 tomorrow on a Thursday, it's school's in sesh.
I think
it's snowing out
at 2:30. Like, come on. I like to like do a whole thing to figure out when I'm gonna go.
I know.
I'm not sure when, but I'll probably see it in 3D, which lends it to having less people anyway. That's probably why you have so few people at yours. Because it's in 3D.
Oh, yes, that's right. We didn't realize we were getting 3D. I'm going to be so overstimulated, but I bought some edibles. Do you know what's been in my head? Just this part too, for 2 days. These things are sent to try us. For 2 days. Just that. Because I don't know the other part of that song. I just know that
part. Linked, forced to reside with someone so disgusting, despise. We just want to tell ya we're all on your side. We share your loathing. That's from that clip.
Oh, yeah. See, again, like I said this yesterday, I only know the like duet version where they cut out all the chorus.
See, when I was teaching drama camp, etc., at all, we would do they would do a truncated version of Wicked, like for the kids.
That's healthy for all those young girls developing voices.
Oh, well, we did always have a girl who could always sing.
Yeah, actually, I think we did Wicked when we were teaching at a Arizona Broadway theater. Yeah, some girls sang Defying Gravity.
Now they crack down on that, and I don't think they would be like. Anyway, but I know all that stuff from that because I've directed like a 30-page version of a cut-down version of Wicked, where a little girl stands on a box.
Always on a box.
Oh yeah.
The truncated version of Seussical is 1,000 times better than the actual full show.
I love Seussical.
I do too, but a lot could be cut. Anyway,
Jay, you live in a town of 3,000 people.
And so the 20 that go, you'll know them personally.
You'll know them.
Hey, Martha.
Well, I don't know if I could live in a place where everyone knows me personally.
No, it sounds like a nightmare.
I'd be so scared.
Me and Jody just did an episode about what it's like to live in our own heads. Well, actually, the episode was supposed to be idiosyncrasies, but it just turned into us realizing we both have undiagnosed anxiety disorders. But but we were both saying that our like worst thing is just like having anyone acknowledge that we exist. Like I was saying how I hate that. I think holding the door for people should be like taken out of like the social norms unless somebody's like struggling, because I don't want someone to acknowledge they see me and now they're going to stand there and wait and watch as I thunk up to the door. Just don't ignore me. Don't.
As a door holder myself, I love to hold a door. I will hold a door for probably 25 people until I'm like, okay, well, I gotta go now. Don't worry. I'm not watching the person being like, oh my God, this lady has a janky ass ankle. Oh my God,
but
she can't
get in
this door.
White man will and is.
Do you care what straight white men think?
Yes, I'm terrified of them. I wish they weren't out there at all. Anyway, what were we saying? Wicked. Do you have any more to say about Wicked though? Like, what do you think? I think it's going to be amazing.
I'm really excited.
I think Ariana is going to. Everything I've seen of her is so funny and perfect. Every facial expression is perfect to me. I'm impressed. I really am. And it's not
I'm
just
excited.
Justine has brainwashed me at this point. I genuinely think she's going to be so good.
I'm looking forward to it. I want to see it. Like, I want to see what happens. Like, I think it's hard because everyone has ideas of what all these things are. Like, I have heard 50,000 people, little girls through college age girls, sing Popular and all the fucking songs. No good. Like, so it's like, it'll be interesting. I have full 1000% faith in Cynthia Erivo because she is, to me, a goddess of
course.
Oh, she's a Tony winner. Like, so, and I started out really negatively on Ariana, so I feel like I'm in a good place because
come far.
I have come far. I was disgusted at the beginning thinking she'd been cast, but I have turned a corner.
420.
I do think it's like I am excited for this movie to be released, and I'm scared that in 1 year we're gonna have to deal with more of this.
I had that thought too. I'm like, they're gonna do all of this again,
like more face picking and like it's at this point, ladies. At this point, ladies, it's enough. I don't want to watch one of them get their photo taken and then the other one like scurry in and like fix one hair and be like, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. And just like, I'm like, get a fucking grip. And my problem, okay, I was bitching about this on Patreon or something, saying I'm gonna stop reading comments on shit because it makes me infuriated, because the comments that people then leave are like, you know what, you guys just aren't theater kids. You don't know what it's like to be the end of a show and you're just so involved in everything. And I'm like, I do know what that was like, but these are 40-year-old
I cry after
people.
every show. I cried after the Les Mis that broke me. I still cried on that closing night. I'm sure
I agree, and I totally understand. I've cried on stage at the ending of a community theater.
Everything.
Trust, but I also was not 40 years old. I was not.
Can I say something about? First they did this.
I'm also a hater. Yes.
Okay, I think I don't think I'd ever be friends with her. She would infuriate me.
Either of them.
This was Cynthia wouldn't like me. They did this like awesome like thing on Jimmy Fallon. If you guys can find this, it's like this da 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 Elphaba Glinda.
Yeah, it was cute.
It's good. So check that out. But I want to say something about the song Popular really quick for anyone going to the movie for the first time and they don't really know anything about Wicked. Popular is like one of the most overdone songs. It's like the Adelaide's Lament of current theater. It's just done by everyone. Everyone's sick of it. Like, I feel like in Nats or Kiwanis Festival, they're saying, please don't sing Popular. Like no one wants to hear it anymore. But I don't like how overdone it is, because I think it is one of the most lyrically brilliant songs out there.
It is a really good song.
Such good and funny rhymes in there. So if anyone doesn't know Wicked, please, when you're listening to Popular, just like listen to how good and funny all of the rhymes are. It's very well written.
I've seen the clips of it. I'm not saying I didn't like the singing or the performance. What I did not so far, I will probably be proven wrong in 48 hours, but it's too slow, and they've cut it up into like, she'll do like one line and then have like a break while she's doing some kind of action of some sort.
Agreed. I wish, but this is how I feel about everything, and I just need to get it out of my head. This is how I feel in Drag Race when they do the lip syncs. I would much prefer to just see a still frame and then them, like, instead of so many different camera shots. But that's the difference between a movie and live theater, I guess.
Well, in this way though, I mean, like, I want them to just keep singing.
They're taking breaks.
Keep the song going.
Okay, I don't really know the score that well, but anyway, I'm excited, and we'll check in next week, and we will.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. I know I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
And like again, Cynthia Erivo, like, I know she comes off as very pretentious, very annoying.
But I don't even mind that.
Holy shit! Her singing "I'm Here" at the Tonys or any of the bootlegs of her doing it. Holy fucking shit. The video of her doing that on her last performance of The Color Purple. Guys, go watch this.
She ran the New York Marathon before a Sunday matinee. I'll never forget that.
I love her. She's fabulous.
And then sang that. What's next, Joan? Oh, wait. One more thing on Wicked. The New York subway, the shuttle between Grand Central and Times Square. They painted the entire subway. It was hard for me to get screenshots.
I saw that. I saw a couple videos of it.
How much do people who don't care about Wicked hate? Like, can you imagine living in this world and not caring about this? How annoying this would be. Nothing has been hyped this much.
The ones that they also redid, they don't have chairs. They don't have seats in them.
Oh, so you just have to stand.
Or just like standing, and like maybe that's how
train, because it's the shuttle.
There's a Glinda one and an Elphaba one.
Cards. Yeah.
Well, Amanda, just know if you're ever on the red carpet, I'll come up and push your baby hairs out of the way.
I'm like, I'd be like, what are you doing?
They both do it anyway. And then they're like standing there, and like Ariana Grande like kisses Cynthia Erivo's hand. It's like, girl,
I would be so uncomfortable.
I would be losing my mind if the two of us were standing there and we're like standing there for photos, and you grabbed my hand and like kissed it for a photo. I would be like,
I just think it would just be. It would start a new Matrix or a new timeline.
You know, but that's also why we're here in our houses doing this, and we're not unfortunately making millions of dollars in movies.
Oh, Justine says, can't believe you didn't show the video of Ethan falling. We already discussed it yesterday.
Oh my god.
But I was like, it was a smooth fall. He's a dancer.
We did talk about it on our other
he recovered
one of those yesterday.
Well.
I hate myself, but I mean,
I'll never walk again.
I don't think he's ugly, but I like that kind of like busted kind of look. I like that.
That's good look,
Amanda's actually, I guess, somehow caught up on Housewives. Just two of them. I couldn't
figure out anything to watch.
Salt Lake City. What are your thoughts, Amanda, so far on Salt Lake City?
Okay, I think that well, I didn't catch up on everything, but I have obviously been seeing TikTok, so I know exactly what's going on. And then I did watch the last 2 episodes in full without really looking at my phone. I've always hated Seth. There's something about Seth that triggers me so much. I think it's because I've dated embarrassing people like that before.
Yeah.
Where you're kind of like, and I can feel that from Meredith, that like, oh my God, like, I can't take him out in public because he's so embarrassing. Like that, but I hate it. But my biggest takeaway from the last 2 episodes is that Heather wasn't in them, and I was so fine with it. Like it seems like there was like the first couple seasons of Housewives with Jen Shah, Heather was great in there. She like worked in there, but now it's almost like they've figured out a way to like now take this into like a different trajectory, and you don't really need Heather anymore. And she's on the way.
I think Heather is not giving authenticity on the show anymore at all. She's really, and she's trying to decide who she's going to produce for the season or calling people out in a way. And it's like, Heather, that's what I really liked about Bronwyn, the new housewife.
I like
that she didn't come at Heather, but she came. No, we haven't seen Wicked yet. We want to. Like, I wish we were like famous enough that like we could have gone to an.
Me and Justine had our tickets like a month ago, but we're going tomorrow at 2:30, and we're accidentally seeing the 3D non-single.
So Amanda's gonna get vertigo and throw up by the time it gets to Defying Gravity, y'all.
Okay,
so,
but
I like Bronwyn. What do you think about her husband? Do you guys? There's a lot of contention online of people being like, he's really mean to her and he's terrible to her.
Well, I think that if he's comfortable embarrassing her like that in front of her friends and on camera, like it just says a lot about. It just says everything you need to know.
Yeah.
She's with him for the money, so fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. And she kind of does say that. Like she makes it pretty clear. Heather to me is like Mary Brown from Sister Wives, of course, one who with banana. She's now doing this whole like worthy up kick. Like she's doing like an MLM where she's like an inspirational shit. And I feel like everyone's kind of turning on it, like not turning on her, but like, yeah, Mary, we can't really take you that seriously though, because you kind of still stuck with Cody and took all that abuse in front of our eyes for so long and still are. And I feel like that was Heather with Jen. Once Jen and Mary kind of called her fat 100 times and like said she looked like Shrek, and she still kept going back to them. For me, that's kind of where I was like, you're not a great role model for me.
I think though, Heather too, that was a product of what she had always been, you know, and she tries to play this image like that she's moved beyond that.
That's why she's like Mary, where I'm like, but I can't take you seriously.
She acts like she's empowered, but she's like not at all. Yeah.
I don't like it.
Agreed. I think it's, you know what? I think Salt Lake City has really gotten great. I think Heather needs to cut the shit on the fucking face work. I understand you own the place, but like, you're gonna run out of skin to pull back. And I'm not even judging, or is that judging? Maybe it is judging. I'm not meaning to judge. I'm not judging her looks. I've never thought she needed to fuck with her looks to begin with. But now she is like so thin. She has pulled her skin and she has jabbed. She's added a bunch of filler and stuff. And just like take a look, like guys, take a step back.
Hey, we went in on a good way pretty hard on not Cynthia Nixon. Kristen Davis, because she got all her filler removed.
Yeah.
And like you found some picture a couple weeks ago that was like, I don't think it had a filter on it, but it was like just the most beautiful picture. It was like her and Cynthia Nixon, and she just looked so beautiful. So
I just think we end up getting like blind to some of that. And it's like people would rather not have wrinkles, but they're compromising other things so they won't have wrinkles. And it's like, it's okay if you have wrinkles. Like, you're 60 or whatever. Like,
yeah, I can't
Nicole
afford
Kidman have to have
I'd rather waste my money on like other frivolous things like food and food.
I also just think I would never, I know myself, my past of everything, and I would never be happy. It would not make me happy. And like doing a bunch of plastic surgery it would make me just be like, oh, well, I also want to do this and I want to do that. It would not. There'd be no end point to it. So I'd almost rather just stay with what I'm at and be like, okay, the one thing I do want, a neck. I want a lower face, like the neck lift thing. I would like that. But
what's your opinion on Brittany? Who the fuck is Brittany?
Oh, she's like the one who was dating Jared Osmond.
Oh, I like that storyline, but she wasn't in the past 2 episodes that I watched.
She's fine.
Can we also talk, because this is another random thing that I watch, is now I've been watching this on TikTok for this whole season. I've been following this Shannon Bedore
OC.
OC, sorry. Yes, I watched the first 2 reunion episodes of OC, and I
thought they were a hard watch.
Gina's dress is really short. But
I thought these were a hard watch.
No? Oh, I liked it.
I am so fucking sick of Heather Dubrow and Tamra, especially fucking Heather Dubrow.
I don't really know anything about Tamra. Gina came across badly in this reunion.
You don't know anything about Tamra?
No.
Oh, dear Lord. Okay, this is a hard conversation to have then, because you do not know any history of these people. Tamra is the one who was trying to get Gretchen naked, wasted, so her son could basically like take advantage of her while she was drunk with a man who was dying. Girl, the shit that this woman has done, she's evil and awful. So this bothered me, okay? And people might disagree, whatever. The new girl on the end, Katie, she's all the way at the end.
Yeah, they really let her have it.
They were coming for her so hard and acting like she was a complete liar. And
why do they care so much where she? I know that they do care.
I know why. I know why.
Why?
Are you agreeing that Tamara's evil? Please tell me your side.
Me?
No, whoever that was commenting. Sorrel? Can you put that photo back up?
Yeah, Tamara's evil.
Okay, good. Katie on the end, they kept going for her and saying all this shit about her. The reason is because Katie was the one who brought up Heather calling the paparazzi to take her photo at Disneyland. So now Heather has made it her mission to make Katie look like a big liar about everything so that people don't believe that she called the paparazzi, which someone clearly did. Heather, you may not have picked up the phone to call the paparazzi, but one of the people involved in your life did. Because I've been to Disneyland plenty of times, and the paparazzi aren't taking photos of you while you're standing there in an awkward hug with your husband posing. Honey, get a fucking grip on yourself. You're not that special. Your house is ugly. Just because you have money doesn't mean you have class. Just saying. But the thing that pissed me off here is the way that they dogged out Katie by going against her and acting like she was lying about that man and the police.
Oh, I completely believe. Oh, I texted Jody and I was like, I totally believe that she followed that guy to his house. And Jody's like, no, she the fuck didn't. And I was like, oh, I guess I could have done like 1 ounce of research.
Like, she was homeless. The whole situation. I just don't understand how as a woman or as a person, this is why I'm ashamed of Emily. Emily works for like a thing, the Innocence Project, which is about police wrongly accused, like being wrongly accused. And so you're gonna then she feigned ignorance, like, what? The police were lying? Like, yeah, bitch, if you've lived on Earth the last few years, you recognize that, are you that stupid? But as I've come to find out, this is me where I'm on my rant and I'm high right now. A lot of those bitches are stupid Trump supporters. So sorry anyway, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I've actually seen a couple TikToks where it's saying who voted for what.
I have too.
I've been actually pleasantly surprised on some of them.
Like who? Who were you pleasantly surprised by?
It wasn't necessarily OC. I've seen a bunch of them. I know in general, I've been like, maybe Heather
Usually
Dubrow?
I'm disappointed.
Okay. I actually don't mind Heather Dubrow. I guess of the Trumpers, I don't really.
I think I would like you to watch just.
Okay.
The problem is there's 20 seasons of this shit.
Well, I've just decided I'm going to watch Hacks. I think I'm going to start watching Hacks.
Thanks for turning the volume down.
He's a lot better than when he first started.
Wow, I was just actually truly heated there for a second.
I didn't realize
because honestly, I'm sick of it. Why are you trying to make this woman who is with her children, even if she is lying about the police, why would you even try and do that? Why?
Yeah,
I watched the first seasons of Hacks. I liked it.
It's gonna work out good for what's her name? Crystal?
Katie.
It's gonna work out good for Katie because she came off very victim-y.
A lot of people online are definitely on her side for sure.
That's good.
Which you know what? There's been a turnaround of a few of those ladies. Like
everyone's saying I'm gonna like Hacks. Okay.
Like great. Jen, who's next to Katie, she was so dumb last season. She was just nothing last season. And this season though, she's had a couple good moments. So I'm like, fine. Who knows? It's like I think honestly, almost all the Housewives shows now are bad. Salt Lake City is kind of the only one that's delivering old school Housewives at all. And
Salt Lake is good. I'm just been very Shannon Bedore because I'm always rooting for the Alkie. And I don't that the other women are like, you're an alcoholic when they all clearly have a bad relationship with alcohol.
I think it is incredibly it's so hypocritical for someone like Tamra, who gets fucked up every week, to sit there and be like, you need rehab. You need to go to rehab because she got a DUI. Tamra, if you happen to get a DUI, which almost anyone who probably just...
Most people I know have a DUI.
I think drinking and driving is bad. People who get DUIs, that is bad. I think, though, Shannon is now trying to fix it, and she also crashed her car into a house because her man was being a total douche to her.
Yeah, so. No, look,
I haven't watched Beverly Hills yet, but I
wanted to know that too. I saw a clip of it though of Dorit talking about PK, and I was like, oh, I'm intrigued.
I think it'll be interesting because we had a conversation last season where, not we, but on the show, I'm talking as though I'm a part of it. One, I'm glad Jennifer Tilly is there. I love Jennifer Tilly. I've loved her since
Jennifer Tilly.
The 90s, baby. I mean, she is she is the type of person that is like a gay icon just being, the voice, the body, the fucking everything. She's just fucking fabulous. So she's on it as a friend of, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. So I'll be watching that later today. Hey,
what's next? Hey, the chat is lit. We got quite a crowd here. Everyone can't wait to see about talking about Wicked.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And I do want to say before we go farther, I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in live, even if you if it's hard or whatever, and engaging with us. We appreciate it because that's how we are able to keep doing this. If you guys didn't do that, baby, I'd be over here
we would have ended this.
I'd be even
we wouldn't.
Anyway, just saying. I always want you guys to know how grateful we are. And next week is the day before Thanksgiving, and so maybe we should talk about. We should maybe do a positive one or something.
We should sing for good at each other and cry.
What part would we play?
I don't know.
I don't think I could sing Glinda's.
Okay, so this is actually a really good story, and it's a good indication on how my brain works. And I wonder what you would do. I was doing this gig in the Hampton that was like this this concert, and there was this CD of all of the songs that I had to sing, and I'm like, I guess I'll listen to this CD on the way to this performance. But I know all the songs, and so I'm listening to it, I'm singing along, and then For Good comes up, and I'm like, I'm singing this, and I'm like, fuck. But the drive to the Hamptons is about an hour long, and I'm like, I can do this. I just gotta focus. So I learn For Good. I get there, and I'm like, Jen, the girl I'm singing it with, I'm like, I learned this in the car, but I got it. It's in there. It's in that short-term memory, locked and loaded. Let's go. So we go to rehearse, and she's like, we start to like we're going out to the lobby, and I'm like, let's kind of try to block this.
I know where this is going.
I was supposed to be Glinda, and I was like, okay, that's all right. That's all right. I can do it. So then I had to relearn, and I fucking nailed it. Nailed every word of that thing. Note, word. Mwah.
Wow.
Because I work so good under pressure. Like
so
that was such a good example. And I was like, I fucking did it. And it's in my head still. Do you want to move on to SNL?
Oh yeah. I didn't watch any of it. I did see the tragic Domingo reboot, which you know, and they should have left well enough alone. Do it once a season or something. Even then it was bad. This one was way less catchy. They used Hot to Go, but it wasn't as good as the first one.
Yeah, well, I thought about that, and DOMINGO works very well with that song. Yeah. So whoever thought of that, kudos to whatever writer that was like, hey, this fits in really good to this pretty like lateral song to the Sabrina Carpenter song. I hate it when it started. I was like, I cannot believe that they're bringing this back after 2 weeks. Yeah. However, really, the writing was funny and it did heighten itself, so I did like that. Next week is like fucking some guy I've never heard of. Tom Segura, is that right? It's not Tom Segura. It's
enough. We need, you know what? We need a whole season of SNL not hosted by straight white men. Thank you and good night.
Is it Tom Segura? It's some guy. And then the singer is like Shamalama Ding Dong or something like that. So I don't know.
We did get Charlie XCX this week.
I was impressed with her. She was so comfortable, like just really comfortable on stage. Very funny. What kind of accent does she have? Is it like Cockney or accent? It is British. Okay. Well, her form of British accent, it's just so cool and unbothered. It's just cool. You're just automatically cooler than us for having that accent.
She just is really cool too.
Yeah, like, she did great. She's a very good actress. Cool. So that's great. But then what's this that you saw?
I saw, so Sabrina Carpenter has been doing her tour. It's called Short and Sweet Tour, I think. The whole controversy originally was like the tickets were insanely priced for this when people were trying to get them. And now they're doing them. So she's out there on the road and I keep seeing clips of it because every night she wears a different color, you know, outfit under her towel. And then she comes out and does her little bit and then whatever. She has a whole bit where she's like, oh my God, there's I can't remember what like pun. She uses some kind of pun like, oh, there's my boyfriend look at this hottie down there.
Right.
In the audience. And at the beginning of the tour, they were kind of doing like some normal people, but now it's like every time it's some fucking celebrity. So he was one of them. And he's like, hey, Sabrina, I came all this way. How to explain? So it was like,
it wasn't that funny.
I feel like he even
you can
seems
tell he's
already annoyed and over it.
No, I saw him doing like a stand-up bit about it where he's like, yeah, I'm Domingo. Sabrina Carpenter is fascinating to me because first of all, I love like her character, like her onstage persona. I like it. It's like appealing to me. I can see what she's doing. That like she's being really sexy for the men, but you can also tell that she's smarter than everyone. And I just love the lore that she was in two shows of Mean Girls as Katie. And have you heard the audio? Because it's so good.
Yeah.
I listened to her sing Stupid with Love yesterday, and it was just awesome.
Her most recent album is like her 7th album.
That is crazy to me. Anyway, that was over because COVID hit, right? Oh, so you were in town.
It has been confirmed that she does wear a wig.
Oh, I assume that
Or
she
it's
was.
like I think I've heard that it's a sew-in, like a sew-in weave,
Oh, okay.
maybe. But yes, thank you for asking.
She's an entertainer, best I can say about her. Yeah, no, there's something fascinating about her to me. Same with Chapel Roan.
She's all right. I like Chapel Roan better because I think her music is a little more.
Yeah, I just think the songs are. I'm getting into music again. This was a good summer for me to kind of get back in.
Oh, great. Well, one of our favorites.
Oh,
probably like she's actually like the queen of all queens, really. Jinxx Monsoon. She's going to originate.
So
this is a weird wording here. She's originating a role in Pirates, the Penzance musical, because
so
Pirates.
Is it a different musical now?
I think it's an adaptation of Pirates of Penzance. Because see, here's the poster: Pirates, the Penzance musical.
There's characters of Gilbert and Sullivan. David Hyde Pierce as Major General. For anyone who doesn't know, I am the very model of the modern Major General. That guy. That is like amazing casting.
How about Ramen how do you say his name? That man is so goddamn fine.
Yeah.
Holy shit, guys.
Look him up. I don't know if he's funny enough. That was one of my first sexual crushes, is Kevin Kline as the Pirate King in the Pirates. That is one of my favorite movies growing up. Me and Jody played the police officer in 8th grade.
I think
John
hearing that. I'm excited for this. I think Jinxx is so talented. Yeah. And I think there needs to be more, like, representation is so important. Representation is so important. There you go, is what I'm going to say. It's important that people are able to see themselves in things. We need to be able to see people who are like, oh my God, I'm a drag queen. I could be, like, I never thought I could be on Broadway, but oh my God, Jinxx Monsoon is like making me feel like, wait, I could be, like, come on. I love that. And I think that's a good way of being. I love it. I will say, all the drag races are still happening. I am not in the mood to really go into all of it.
I'm so fine with that.
Too much at this point. It's like there's Dragula, Down Under, UK6, and then there is something else starting, I think. And I'm like, I have watched all of them.
Do you see all these comments about Jody here?
Let's see. Well, everyone loves Jody. Jody is she's the genius, and you're the
genius. We talked about that today too. And the conversation went exactly like I said it. But she's like, no, I think people would say you're the genius. And I was like, Jody, come on. And then she's like, well, what about you and Joan? I'm like, I think we're just both the bully.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Who was it? Someone left a comment on Patreon that was like, Walter is the genius and Butch is the bully. And I
definitely
cackled laughing at that.
Walter's actually a big asshole himself, actually.
I was going to say, you guys see the sweet side of Walter? You're right. It is the future. It is the future that us blue-haireds want. We want. You know what we really want?
You radical lefts. That was my comment. It was Sarah's Sweet's comment. I was right. So yes, this is my other little kind of segue here. I didn't really know where to put it, but I figured it would fit. This would be our own drag race section. Wait, what are we at? 47:30. I've been trying to figure out a new podcast to listen to, and as much as I can't handle the commercials, these ones don't.
They have many commercials.
I know, it's a lot.
And now I think we have too many commercials on ours, but
yeah, well, we don't do our own commercials. Well, anyway, I'm listening to The Bald and the Beautiful with Trixie and Katya. They've been coming up a lot on my TikTok. You said yesterday, and we both separately had this thing, that we both were never really on board with Trixie. Like, yeah. I was really pissed when she won All Stars 3 or 4.
I think I'm one of those people that is that way too. And I'm like, I also look at it, I'm like, I don't understand how she is everyone's like most popular and most famous. I think I'm more of a hater in that way, to where then I become even more like, I can't deal with
everything she does annoys me. But now I've come back around.
I love her now.
I love her. Like,
she's hilarious. Everything she's done. She had a show, a makeover, like a home makeover show. It was called Trixie Motel was the first one.
Yeah.
And then the second season is her making over her house in LA. She's hilarious. And her and Katya are both so funny.
She's on the second episode of English Teacher.
Isn't she in the whole season?
Oh, maybe. I never got past the second episode, but
okay, I thought you were like so horny for what's his face. You couldn't stick it out past episode 2.
Me and Jody had a whole Brian Jordan Alvarez section on Monday where we talked about how we have both fully turned on him. We're like, go away. Stop smiling at me. God.
Oh,
We're
wow.
Yeah. So anyway, I love Trixie and Katya. And Trixie was gone for a while. She must have been doing some shit. Was she doing like
no, she was taking a break from drag or something.
Okay, gotcha. Well, Katya had a bunch of guests, but Katya interviewed now I can't think of her name. The woman
T.S. Madison.
No. She's
because
white.
I listened to that one.
Oh,
I listened to that one too. That was fucking hilarious.
She's so funny. Yeah. Oh, I love her so much. It was, I don't know. Katya's just great.
The one that Katya did with T.S. Madison is really funny too. That's the one where that clip of like, not the boar worms. Oh, someone on here will know that.
Oh no, that's all I've been listening to the past couple of days. So
I would listen to that one. It's good.
Okay,
I listened to the entire thing start to finish.
Okay,
great. The only problem I have with them on their ads are like, if they do them themselves, so they're given the option to do themselves, and the way they do it is like Katya will be like, if you've ever considered your mental health, check out whatever the hell it is, BetterHelp or whatever. It's like, you couldn't add a little flair to this, honey, or what? Like, you're a drag queen, darling. Now, I would like to. Whoa, there's I'm hearing a lot of echo, I think, somewhere.
Well, it's your problem.
No, it's your problem. I'm hearing it on your side coming from your microphone.
I'm not touching anything because last week I touched my computer and it restarted.
Okay, so I went into a little bit of detail about this movie I ended up seeing this week on our Patreon. So if you want to like hear me talk about how I was touched by the idea of how I'd lost the feeling of God and whatever, like that's literally what I was talking about. Here's how it went down, babe. I get into the mood where sometimes it just doesn't matter what the movie is. I just want to, go to the movie theater, do my thing. It's like, it gives me something to do. So I'm like, okay, there's nothing really playing right now that I really want to see. And so
I had 10:30 p.m. Gotta get out of the house.
No,
that's what Joe was at.
Like, I think it was at 9. I think okay, let me tell my story. So the first thing, so how do I explain this? So I'm like, I'm going to hate watch this movie, Red One, okay? Because I had read some preview or reviews of it that were like, oh, it's terrible, it's awful, Some people were like, it's not even redeeming. So I was like, oh, fuck. So I don't know. I just was like, you know what? I'll try. I really was in the mood thinking I'll hate watch this. There was no one else in this theater. It was the big, huge theater that I go sit in. This
Dwayne Johnson, Chris Evans, Lucy Liu, and J.K. Simmons. What a cast. J.K. Simmons looks like my dad for one, and he is playing Santa, it looks like.
This is about, well, okay. Let me give you a recap of what I saw. This movie is over 2 hours long.
Oh my God.
So I should have used that as my first warning here. The beginning of a movie is kid version of Chris Evans. Jack O'Malley is his name. Jack O'Malley is Chris Evans' character's name. This kid hates or is like, oh, Santa's not real. He shows the presents to all these other kids, and then it goes hard cut 30 years later. This movie is also rated PG-13. So I'm not sure who this fucking movie was for. Because, Sorrel, I'm not sure. You'll have to continue listening. First of all, J.K. Simmons, in the way he is, we are led to believe that he is Santa. The RHOC is his bodyguard, and they like to go to malls throughout, and just he'll go and pretend to be the mall Santa for a day, and then leave in a caravan of cars and a sleigh out of a mall. That's the first 5 minutes of this. All right. The RHOC is his bodyguard, and the reindeer are all 10 feet tall, and they're horny for the RHOC. And you're supposed to think that's really funny that the reindeer are all really horny for him.
For the RHOC?
Yeah.
What
Okay.
can I say? You're welcome.
I was like, oh God, this is stupid and dumb. And I was trying hard. I was trying to like make fun of this. I did something
You loved it.
I did something that I have not done.
You cried.
Ever. No.
You walked out.
Left the movie.
You've left the movie before.
Wait. I went to the box office.
Okay, yeah.
And I said, hey, now, mind you, I go to this same movie theater. These people see me. They know me, all right? I've never gone up. I've never been a problem.
Okay.
They know me. They see me there like every week.
I'd love to ask one of them.
Like, the managers have to know me. They walk past me and do their little like patrol in the theater and see my bitch ass sitting there.
That's my favorite part of a movie experience is when that person has to come in and just like look at everyone.
I hate that part.
What are you doing up there? What are they doing? A count?
They're trying to see if the movie itself is working, and they're trying to see if any funny business is happening.
Oh, ooh.
Well, I think though that when they come in, if it's a scary movie, they almost always scare me. Because I'll be like sitting there and then they'll come around the corner and I'm like, oh. Anyway, so I walked out and you will be proud of me. I went to the box office and I said, hey, and it's a guy, it's one of the managers I'd seen. I was like, hey.
What is he, like 24?
He's probably younger than me, but in my mind, he's 50 because I think everyone seems older than me. He's a person of
authority, yeah, of course.
He's a manager at the movie theaters, and in that, I feel like a 12-year-old going up to.
Always, I know. No, I'm with you.
Do you think I could change my movie?
So this is how you saw that other movie. Okay,
I was like, hey, guy, here's the thing. Do you think I could change my movie? The other one just starting. It started like 10 minutes after Red One did. And so I was like, can I change this? He's like, oh, you're not feeling it. I'm like, honestly, I tried to hate watch it, but it's like so bad. And he was like, fine. He just like exchanged my ticket. So I ended up going to see the best Christmas pageant ever, which I was trepidatious to see this because
plenty from Joan.
If you listen to other things, maybe I grew up Catholic. I have, as a gay person, it's hard sometimes to really get wrapped up in all the religious stuff because we have been shunned out of most religions. At least people are becoming more accepting in religion now, but especially
Episcopalians are pretty okay.
In my formative years, though, no one wanted gay people at their fucking church, and you heard about it. So this is a book, and they also have a play version too. And it stars Judy Greer as the mother of this little girl. And this town has been doing this Christmas pageant for the past 75. It's going to be the 75th anniversary of this Christmas pageant. It's almost always been, at least the past 25 years, it's been directed by this old lady who does it a very specific way. She wants it perfectly, this whatever. That lady breaks both of her legs the night before the rehearsal for the first rehearsal. And so Judy Greer, because everyone thinks she's a useless, shitty mother, or people think she's like not as put together as some of the other mothers, she's like, I'm going to do it. They're like, you can't do it. She's like, I am. So she ends up doing it.
Comes in, she makes it up.
And what happens is this group of children who basically are like neglected, half abandoned children who live in like a completely rundown home are like, their older sister is the like, the one who like, she talks in the movie about holding her baby sister and like burping her when she was a baby. And so she burps the baby Jesus. This movie, guys, and I'm a person who does have some religious like issues to where I was like, I don't know, because there is a lot of God talk in here, but the way that they did it was really good. And it brought it back to what I always, and this is what I talked about, and this is exactly how Amanda was.
You're telling this
is exactly how Amanda was yesterday. Halfless, like sitting there like, while I'm like, here's my thing. The movie really was really nice because it questioned the people who use, the birth of Jesus and all of those stories to persecute people. And it really was more about accepting people that you wouldn't believe could be there. Those rough and tumble kids end up being a part of the pageant. And they end up like saving and making it literally the best pageant, literally the best Christmas pageant they've ever done. There was a really beautiful moment too. I want to mention a moment in it that I think is just really cool and impactful. They do.
Don't. I feel like that's a spoiler that you already spoiled on the page.
Is it? I don't know. I just want to point that piece
because I feel like you earned that. You earned that moment.
Okay, guys. Oh wait. Okay, guys, go watch this. Go see this movie. I would see it.
Yeah.
It was really cute and good. It wasn't necessarily like there were some groan-inducing moments, but
so much.
Especially this moment that happens towards the end. I love it.
I have a question. And maybe we should just both. No, I think can you hear me still?
I can hear you, but you're like
okay. No, I know. It says that my internet's kind of wonky, but it's me, so just keep going.
What I want to say is first of all,
question.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry.
Should we both watch the movie on Netflix called Hot Santa?
I want to, but I don't have Netflix.
Oh, I do. You could use mine.
It's called Hot Frosty, I think.
Oh, I feel like it would be funny if we both, because it's being shoved down my fucking throat. Can you see me now?
Yeah, I can. There's also a movie I think coming out on Netflix that has Chad Michael Murray, and they're doing a stripping for Christmas.
Okay.
It's like the 12 Men of Christmas or something like that. I want to see both of these. I don't have Netflix, so I have been considering getting it for like 1 month and canceling, but Netflix pisses me off.
I'll give you my code.
Does it have commercials?
He doesn't have commercials.
I can't watch commercials.
It's like 2 commercials and you're fine.
Yeah, I do want to watch Hot Frosty.
And I don't mind Lacey Chabert. Do you know that did you know that she is the young baby June in the Bette Midler Gypsy movie?
I think I did know that.
Oh, maybe I told you.
Oh, I'm sure. That's where I get most of my... Guys, Amanda really is the genius. Most of my information I get from Amanda.
That is what Jody said. She's like, you have all this weird information in your head. I'm like, yeah, but
I wouldn't call that a genius.
That's more of an OCD thing. I think. That's more of a I'm gonna hyper focus on this one thing.
Last part of my movie corner is I'm excited for this Y2K. I took a picture of the poster at the
Me too. Kyle Mooney's in it. Kyle Mooney.
Well, now that I heard Kyle Mooney's in it, I'm not as excited to see it, but it's like a horror movie-ish, I'm guessing, because this has blood dripping off of it.
It's not. I think it's like a comedy movie. Like it's like
It is like it's a comedy. They're like worried about what's leading up to Y2K.
It's about like what if Y2K actually happened, which is a good concept.
Okay. Amanda knows more about it than I actually do because I didn't know that was
in it. So yes,
Fred Durst is in it.
I know that too. My friend who was like one of my bridesmaids, or was supposed to be one of my bridesmaids, but she couldn't do it. She dated Fred Durst's like brother, and I watched a Super Bowl with him. Me and Brad watched the Super Bowl with him.
And Fred Durst?
It was Fred Durst's brother.
Oh, okay.
But he was a dick too.
Okay.
I felt very unsafe in the room with him.
Great.
As a straight man. Now, I didn't really go on a wormhole this week. I just kind of was all over the place. But first of all, Whiskey's getting met tomorrow by a new family, so that's going to be devastating. John's not even listening.
Whiskey. Whiskey is the sweetest baby angel, and you know what? Let's commend Amanda for all the hard work she did.
That's not why I brought it up.
I'm not. I'm trying to soften the blow of like Whiskey's like gonna be gone like in the next week or something.
She's being so good lately too. Like she's not having any accidents. She's just fucking perfect. So anyway, that's what I've been doing kind of. But I always put this on the list and then take it off. But do you watch Somebody Somewhere? Because it seems like either a show you would hate I'm like, maybe Joan would love it because it's a very still show.
I've thought about it. But are the episodes
you would
long?
Like it. It's easy. What?
Are the episodes long?
No, they're 20 minutes.
I love Bridget Everett. And she's from here, I think.
She went to ASU.
Yeah, she's friends with like a bunch of the people that I've
did
theater with.
I did like an ASU alumni concert in New York, and she was in it. So I like talked to her backstage. I didn't really know who she is at that point. Which
I like her, and I like this guy too. I haven't watched it. You guys
Jeff
know
Miller,
me with TV shows.
I saw him in Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson off Broadway.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Who'd
he was
playing Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson?
One of the guys. I don't know. I'm sure I was drunk when I saw it, but I loved it. It was so good off Broadway. When it moved to Broadway, it kind of lost its luster. But I think you would like this show. It's a gentle watch. A lot of gay. It's all gay. It's a gay show.
Well, why do you think I would like that?
Because you don't like things that aren't gay enough for you.
Well, I just want to make an announcement. For the upcoming administration, I am straight. I like women. And I am a good Christian man.
You can, again, offer still opens for you to come up to Canada and marry me.
Upstanding. I'm a good, upstanding Christian man.
Just watch it. Somebody somewhere. It's on HBO. I think you'd like it. If you want just a gentle watch. And Bridget Everett's hilarious in it. And it's one of the best acted shows I've ever seen.
I think she's, I would believe you.
She sings in it.
How about this?
This is just, I did my yearly re-listen of the Chris Farley show. This is my favorite audiobook of all time. It's amazing and it's devastating. And if anyone wants to quit drinking, this is definitely a book that will help you. Actually, I just want to tell you this moment in the book, and I always think about it. But there's a moment in the book because he's sober. For Tommy Boy and all the shit. He's sober for like 2 to 3 years. And he's way more like, he's like a sober person. I don't consider myself a sober person because I don't work the steps or go to meetings.
You're California sober too. So.
I am. Yes, that is also true. But he was like fucking doing it, working the steps, going to 3 meetings a day, sponsoring people. Like he was fully doing it. When he would do a movie, he had sponsors that he was paying to be with him. But things kind of started going downhill and there was one day where he turned to his like on again, off again girlfriend who went by Kitty Cat. And the line in the book where he's like, he was so depressed and he looked at her and he just goes, Kit Kat, I'm going to drink tonight. And from that point in the book, he just like dies. It's like from that moment. And I always remember that it's like that one decision. Just don't have that first drink. If you like, it always stuck with me because he knew. She's like, he knew in that moment what that meant too. Like, this is it. God. And it's so devastating. All that said, it's a very well done audiobook. All the different voices are very good. It has just different people talking and giving their commentary throughout the book. And yeah, it's good. Really tragic, rough stuff.
I think I'll probably be passing on that one, but thanks for the rec. I'm
surprised you don't want to listen to it because you are so obsessed with SNL. You just love.
I do like Chris Farley and Tommy Boy. I watched that a bunch. I just don't want to listen to things about people's, tragic downfall and demise to their leading up to their death. But
the whole it's in 3 acts, and the whole first 2 acts is all.
I trust you.
Good. You're like,
I trust you. I'll listen to Patty's book again.
I re-listened to that recently too, and it's a great listen.
Okay, couple big things happening over. First of all,
on TikTok,
this runner shit themselves.
Yeah. I just felt like it's very me coded, so I had to say it, but I just love her. I have her name on here, right? I know I do. No, I just wrote runner shitting herself, but I did write it down somewhere. But I think she won this marathon, and she's running by, and she says to the cameraman, I just shit myself. Please don't film me from behind. And I will say respectfully, there are like no shots of the shitty pants. Yeah. Everyone was very respectful. Also, that's insane that runners do that because if I have any kind of a swamp ass, I can't even walk across the street. I need to deal with it.
Ain't no motherfucking way. I'm running even running while shitting. Like she's shitting while she ran. She was shitting while she's running.
But they like do that. They just
never
shit.
This is another added to my list of reasons I will never run. I hate running.
I physically can't run. I was told I'll never run again, in fact.
a touching moment with Wicked coming out. One of our favorite creators, the Oz Vlog.
Oh, I see. We've never discussed her, but you follow her, yeah?
I do follow her. I love her.
I'm so proud of her. And there, I saw the video that you said where she's interviewing them. And she's so comfortable too. She's like, wow, finally. And Ariana knew who she was. She like referenced her closet. And I was just really happy for her.
I like when they're involving people like this.
Yes.
I'd rather watch someone like this interview someone than like some influencer who like doesn't even know the people.
Because she really cares. And I just love, because we were talking about Las Culturistas yesterday on Patreon. And then you're like, well, I don't like that they're like Nepo babies. And I was like, no, I've been following them since before they had ads. So I like it when you follow someone from when they only have like a few thousand followers and now they like, that's awesome. But anyway, there's a lot of people, a lot of Oz influencers are at this museum heritage auction. I think are they having a big auction for some reason?
I don't know.
They're having like some Oz auction, but these ruby slippers, these are the ones that are shown when she actually starts like going around the yellow brick road. But I don't know, she got to hold them wearing gloves and they're up for auction again. They were stolen and then returned by the FBI. Hilarious. The FBI was on that case.
They had a Jeremy Allen. They're doing all these like lookalike competitions in parks around wherever. You know, they did a Harry Styles one. They've done a Zayn one.
Timothy Chalamet.
They did a Timothy. I think it's Timothée Chalamet. They did one of Jeremy Allen White, and all I can say is like, none of these guys are ugly enough. Just saying.
Jeremy Allen White is hot. I like a schnoz. This guy also is I think he's like a social worker or something. Is he? He has like some nice stuff. Yeah, but
I'm not saying he's ugly. I'm not dogging people out. I just, again, it's one of those situations where I'm like, when everyone thinks something is so great and you just don't see it, I automatically like
Jeremy Allen White trade.
Never once. Never, not once. No, I think I have been against him. I understand, Salo Walloway. We're glad to have you here. Thanks for chiming in that Jeremy Allen White is.
He is. He's a short king.
Fine.
And he's brooding, and we both love a brooder.
I would reject him. I feel confidently in saying that if he was coming up to me at a thing, I would not be interested.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Sure. I'm not saying I'm better than him. He is just not for me. How about that?
All right. I just don't believe you would reject him if he was actively trying to hit on you.
I don't think he's hot. I can't imagine him hitting on me in a way that would make me like want him.
He would just be brooding. He wouldn't.
I don't like that.
Didn't want you, which would make you want him.
I don't like that.
Oh,
I'm not down. I'm not into brooders who seem like they've had terrible pasts. You know what I actually like is people who seem like they have not been traumatized once in their whole life, so that they can balance me out. I want to feel a little that no trauma energy.
You should date the guy that I'm dating.
Because he's never had any trauma.
I genuinely don't think he's ever had trauma in his life. He went to the airport after sleeping over at my house at like 9 a.m. He didn't even he's like, I'm like, aren't you worried you're on like going on a 2-week trip tomorrow? And he's like, oh no. I'm like, I would be sitting at home.
No way would I stay over at someone's house if I was going to go on a trip the night before.
Like 45 minutes from the airport. And he had to go home first before the airport. Didn't set an alarm either.
Ew.
Like, well, I'm setting an alarm.
What?
Yeah.
Men, y'all. I can't.
He's way too chill.
Now, I thought that because we got so much of the sexy Jeremy Allen White contest, I just didn't have any pictures of hot guys this week. So I'm going to feature one of my favorite creators, and that is Choopy, the Chupacabra.
Never seen him. It's a cat, though, right?
This is like a cat of some sort. He's a little gentleman in some kind of way. They take him out to places and they feed him like French fries, and he like goes crazy for like the French fries. There he is in another little thing, and it's always like super zoomed in like this, and they like take him to a haunted graveyard.
Send this to me next time you.
This was him in his, or maybe it's a girl. I don't know. This was their Halloween costume with a little wig, and they're eating like a cheeseburger.
Don't misgender Choopy.
Choopy is a they, if honestly.
Yeah, it's always safer to just go with they them. All right,
Anyway,
well, great.
guys.
Let's check it out.
Yeah,
Check out
we
that puss.
weren't. I really thought we weren't gonna have like enough to talk about today, but
I was pretty confident.
we did.
Come here.
Guys, we love you as always. Hey, if you're still watching and you just look down and that little thing that says like hasn't been hit yet, can you hit it?
So light.
And quit it? Hit it and don't quit it, baby, because we need you here every week. Same place, same time. I would like to take a poll. Should I even introduce this idea?
What? That you don't want to recap anything on Patreon anymore?
I've already introduced that. So let me know on Patreon if that's cool. No,
it's
but
okay if we don't do that anymore.
Thoughts on having it earlier in the day? Because like Amanda and Jody get like 6,000, 10,000 viewers and they do it at 11 a.m. and we get like 25. So
you're looking at our stats.
I'm just thinking like, is it better to do it at 11? What do you guys do it at 11?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Though I'm not doing a 4-hour one. So guys, let us know if you think, would 11 a.m. be a better time? Still Wednesdays, but would 11 a.m. be better? Quickly, write in the comments. Anyone?
All right. Well, say bye
yes,
to
please.
Whitney. She won't be here next week, probably.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
Don't even get me started. Don't even get
if I were you, I'd be already crying. That's part of the reason I've never wanted to foster is because
the thing with my dad, it was really fucked up when he put me, that was very traumatic for me.
Well, because what was he like? Oh, I want her. She's great.
Him is too, I don't even want to get into it because I'll get so upset. It was devastating. Anyway, we're all good. Walter will get to be the king of the castle again. And
king of the
that's
castle.
it. Check out our Patreon. We love you guys. We'll be back to talk about Wicked next week. Woo woo.
And then you won't have to hear about Wicked for a little bit.
Well, we probably will. As long as they keep that press tour going, we're going to talk about it. Love you guys.
We love you.
Later. What are we playing?
Bye bye. Goodbye, Forever Whiskey.